Hi, my name is Jamie Paul, and I'm doing this video in support of an assignment for a course that I'm taking. The class I'm taking is Project Management Techniques through Aspen University with Dr. Dunn, and this video is to meet the requirement for assignment number 5. The book reference for the material that I'll be talking about today is Project Management, the Managerial Process, 8th edition by Larson and Gray, 2021. And so the assignment today is basically to talk about leadership strategies as applied to project management. So these are substantially the same as your general leadership strategies that many folks have taken if you're in a supervisory or a managerial position. I've taken several courses and a lot of leadership training, and the concepts, whether you're a general supervisor manager, are the same as applied to project management techniques. So let's get into some of the examples. One of them is a concept that's been around for a while, leadership or management by walking around. And the basic premise here is that you spend time in the field where your folks are working at, face to face, talk to them in their environment where they're working so that you can understand what their issues and concerns are, engage them to help ideas to how to improve things, and sort of get the ground truth where the rubber hits the road on how the schedule's going and what issues are facing folks. Another example here is lead by example. So for example, if you want folks to be on time, hit their milestones and due dates, you need to be setting the example for that. Be on time for meetings, meet your own internal due dates for things, and set the example for that. Other examples underneath this include having priorities and communicating them and sticking to those priorities yourself. In addition to that, have a positive attitude, maintain some optimism. There's going to be problems that come up during your project. It's just a matter of when and how bad are they going to be. When they do come up, you need to take ownership of the issues and not deflect or play the blame game or have sort of a woe is us attitude. Express confidence in the team that they can overcome any problems that happen to come up and build team cohesion as you go. In addition to that, make sure as part of setting the example that you have high standards and enforce those throughout your team and encourage others to also maintain and set high standards. So there's two things that sort of permeate all those other examples that I just talked about. One of those is trust, and the other one is communication. So having an effective team, it's extremely important that they trust you as the project manager. If you have sort of a shoot the messenger attitude about problems and issues, people aren't going to tell you about stuff and they're not going to bring it to your attention. So they need to be able to trust you that they can bring issues to you and that you will be helpful and help resolve them and not sort of play the blame game with others. Also, along with trust is be consistent with how you speak, communicate, and how you act. If you act one way in front of your team and act a different way in front of more senior management or a different audience of folks, that will also have a breakdown in trust. People will wonder, what's he saying or talking about when I'm not around, or how is he acting different when the team is not present? Other ways you can build trust is show that you care about folks, their personal safety, their personal careers, their lives. Your interaction with them is going to go beyond the project team. You may have opportunities to work with them again on different project teams. And you want to build that trust because that will stay in the bank for you in the future as you go forward with your company. So in addition to the trust, communication is also extremely important. Don't sugarcoat things. Be direct with your communications. Be timely. Don't hold information such that you're the only one who knows about something. And make sure, and a good practice is to communicate the same thing with everybody at the same time in a team. So somebody doesn't find out later that they were the last to know about something. That will also tend to break down team cohesion. Also, along with communications, it's important that you explain the whys behind the reasoning. So if something is important, a priority, you're changing direction, whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you explain to the team the why behind that so that they can understand it and get aligned around behind it. So communicate often, over-communicate, encourage your team to do that as well, and build that trust and communication. So in summary, some of the concepts we talked about included management by walking around, lead by example, trust, and communicate. Hope you got a little something out of this short video today. Thank you for your time, and end of video.